indicating how St. Peter's opened her arms to the many, young and old, who have been received into a living and vibrant faith family ever since 1767. Having had 70 priests to serve here, and as we look back into the past, only words of amazement and wonder can be uttered. With Father Manuel Joachim Pintado expressing his bewilderment of Mary's assistance in the first issue of the Church's bulletin entitled, God's Bell Calling You, Listen and Come, way back in on the 1st of May 1960. The copy of the first bulletin, 1st of May 1960, trust me, is in that box. With the assistance of the priest of the Diocese of Macau, till the untimely demise of Father Augusto Manuel Sendin in 1989, St. Peter's maintained her numbers and traditions with a mixture of peoples from the Portuguese settlement and all others newly baptized included, Chinese, Indians, etc. I'm referring now to 2010. St. Peter's has just turned 21. Why? She has been with the Diocese of Melaka, with 5 priests having served her from 1989 to 2010. She has grown, and the little booklets, prayer cards, etc. that are put there together in the box with the third centenary magazine indicate the process of building, bonding, and missioning, now proudly displayed in the third centenary monument out there, where Jesus is calling us, Peter and us, into the deep. The call continues as we face a greater uncertainty on the social and political scene. St. Peter's family needs to become more aware of the world she is living in. She must be bold to dive in and to swim along with those who are struggling in turbulent waters. St. Peter's needs to know and apply the words, the attitudes of Jesus in reaching out to the old, the young, the migrant, the marginalized, the poor, the victimized, etc. Now we are addressing those people who open the tanks now. You tell us now, how is St. Peter's after 57 years? Has she grown to be a close-knit family that responds to every need to be formed, which is F, informed, which is I, and transformed, which is T. What do you make out of it? F-I-T? It's a question we're going to ask them in 2067. Is she showing the lead? Because St. Peter is the leader. Within the Melaka Diocese of being a full-grown, maturing, and witnessing church. Can she be counted upon to promote understanding and contribute towards the betterment of the life of the man in the street? Despite having a people inclined to be on the side of the seniors, is she still young at heart, opening her eyes and ears wide open so as to put more hands onto the plow? Or is she still asking, but this is 67, is she still asking, demanding, critiquing on the side with minimal involvement in contributing time, efforts, and spirits, bracket, semangat, to the call of Jesus to be fishers of men and women? But then you may be taught, the people there, what right have you, fellows of yesteryear, to ask us this? We recall the silent and meditative Mary, who kept all things in her heart when the shepherds, Magi, uttered, and even when the son was lost and found. So to the people of 1867 we say, just look at the facade of the church building. You will notice the crown, and the rosary in blue, you realize now how St. Peter's is also under the patronage of the Blessed Mother. Yes, we need challenges. That's the first C. Even in 2067, we need to constantly, what's that? The second C. We need to constantly assess ourselves so that God's glory can take shape in our many efforts in making St. Peter's relevant and contributive, the third C, in a world that needs a certainty of faith grounded on conviction and commitment. Voilà. Ça suffit comme ça. God bless ye, merry gentlemen. Adieu. For the Moses Way and parishioners of SPC, December 31st, 2010.